after Corona triumph that's just about to happen, president is going to heal cancer. Unbelievable. When I was young in socialist Yugoslavia, then on postmarks, on posters, everywhere in the news, in the media, there was this line that cancer is just about to be beaten by our glorious scientists. Our experts are just around the corner, they will beat cancer and everybody will be living happy and healthy. It's a socialist and communist storyline, fantasy line. Now it has come to the land of the free. You have the socialist and communist party lines in the land of the free. And unfortunately, many of the people, because they are serfs, they actually believe it. They actually believe that president, after the glorious victory of him and his scientists over the banana pandemic, I use the banana as a code word, so the AI has a hard time guessing what I'm saying. After a glorious victory of him and his genius scientists, he will now defeat cancer. And let me tell you how that fits into your reality if you or a family member actually have a cancer diagnosis. So if you, by the way, I'm on the street now observing, it's good news here in the Balkans. From 10 people, only one has a banana over her face and her nose is sticking out. So from 10 people, 11, 12, 13, 14 people now that I saw, only one has a banana on her face and her nose is sticking out. So quite good. Not the level I want to see, 0, but not bad compared to the beautiful liberal democracies. Did you know that in Austria you now have to have two bananas on your face because the officials said that one is not enough, so you have to have 2 bananas? So the beautiful liberal democracies are really the worst. As I have been foretelling in my videos, I knew that, you knew that. It's just a show, the demon of the hidden hand that tells you can say anything, but it will always be like I say. And the demon says, have 2 bananas on your face. But let's get back to the topic. So, if you have a diagnosis or your family member has a diagnosis, then this is what you need to know. Now concentrate, because this could save you your life, okay? So imagine if you had a construction company that builds bridges or that builds skyscrapers, and in 90% of cases they have a failure. The skyscraper collapses or the bridge collapses and so on. Now imagine you building another bridge and taking the plans from the old company. Would you take the plans and the paperwork from the old company to build a new bridge or a new skyscraper? Of course you wouldn't. So if their results is a 90% collapse or even worse, you would burn everything that has any relationship with them. You would expel them. You would forbid them to come near you. But because of guilt parasite, because of shame parasite, because of indoctrination with shame and parasites in childhood, this is what people do. They go to their yearly checkups. Oh, cancer. Then they treat cancer. Maybe they have medical insurance, maybe they need to pay. Imagine they pay $50,000, and of course there is no result because you are poisoning, you are attacking. How can that be a cure? And then this is what people do. This is the false resistance part. That's for you, listener. This is very important. They say, oh, I have cancer diagnosis. The conventional treatments did not work. Now with this diagnosis, let me try alternative treatments. And the alternative practitioner, he is also incapable, he is also full of shame, full of problems. He then tries to treat that cancer. And of course, he will have a better result because anything is better than ingesting poison. Do you think there can be a worse cure than ingesting poison or in injecting poison in your blood? I don't think there is much worse cure. So of course he may have some result, but the problem is that it will also very often, I must keep silent. So I kept silent because a demonized woman with a demonized dog just passed through. And she's a demonized entity wanting to spy on me, so I had to keep silent. But that's a bit too complex for this video. Let's continue with the cancer. So the problem will be that the alternative practitioner and the patient, see, because of their big shame, another one, this one looked at me suspiciously. So let me continue. The problem will be that they have shame, they have inadequacy, they actually hate themselves. They hate themselves from being different. The patient hates himself because the conventional treatment did not work, and the alternative practitioner, he hates himself because he's not a reputable doctor, he's not a professor of medicine, he is not cherished by the system. So because of that self-hatred, they cannot think clearly, and they rely on a diagnosis of a system that has more than 90% failure. It's like if you had a construction company that has a collapse of construction in approximately 90% of cases. When you fire that company, would you use its plans? Would you use its diagrams, its calculations, its surveys of ground? No, you would burn all that and you would do everything again on your own. You understand? So you can never win cancer because you are set to fail, because it comes from a system that has a 90% failure rate. Do you understand that? You can never win in that referential system. If you have a health problem, you need to do a totally new diagnosis type of system. You know that modern medicine has been studied by investigating the dead bodies. That is the reason, now follow me closely, that is the reason why majority of modern medicine patients end up dead. Because the whole system is made on investigating the dead bodies. Do you understand that? Do you understand? So in order to win against cancer, you must fight a different battle that has a different diagnosis system. And then you have to treat according to that different system. So that is how you win the cancer battle. You understand? Very well. Very well, warriors. Contact me if you have a similar battle. You can describe it to me. Then we'll see what we can do. Can we jump you in a different referential system where you are not fighting to lose, but fighting to win? You understand? Very well, warriors, and now it's time to throw the wrench into the machine.